One of the later hits by Paul Revere and the Raiders, Mr. Sun, Mr. Moon, and that's just one of the hits the band performed in those crazy Revolutionary War costumes they used to wear. And when I asked Paul why on earth would a bunch of grown men want to put on three-cornered hats and lace dickies, he told me naturally it was all just for a laugh.
As soon as we put the hats on and the coats on, you weren't you anymore. You were like a clown. You know, your cool was blown. Your hairdo was shot because you got the hat on, and didn't matter what you were wearing because now you got this stupid coat on, and so now you're a clown. And so the whole show got crazier. I mean, everything got more nuts, and it was fun, and the crowd loved it. And with the hats on, you sweat more, so it makes you look like you're working harder. There's tricks to all these things, right? So it fooled them, man. They loved it.
Oh, indeed. Him or Me, What's It Gonna Be? Great hit by Paul Revere and the Raiders. And later on in the hour, we're going to take you with the group back to Where the Action Is.
Because rock, roll, and remember.
Dick Clark closing out our special artist profile of Paul Revere and the Raiders. And about, must have been about 1969 or so, Mark Lindsay started up his own solo career, but he was still with the group on their first and only #1 record. Now, the interesting thing about that song is that it had been first cut by Don Fardon and had not really gone anywhere nationally. The song was called Indian Reservation. And this is Paul Revere with more of the story.
It was one of those unique songs. It was like a very strange song. It didn't sound like Louie Louie. It didn't sound like Kicks. It didn't sound like Let Me. It didn't sound like Mr. Sun, Mr. Moon. It didn't sound like anything we'd ever recorded before. And Mark was producing at that time. And it fell together really good.
A very socially conscious song that went all the way to #1, sold 1 million copies for Paul Revere and the Raiders, Indian Reservation. And I'd like to thank Paul and Mark Lindsay for their comments this week. Fun to have them with us.